Hello, hi, how y'all doing? Today we'll be playing some Hitman. Now this video is mainly a tips and tricks type of deal for freelancer players and Hitman 3 new players, because I heard Hitman's like sort of new game with a new mod, and to celebrate with a new mod which is freelancer, and to celebrate I thought maybe I could give you a couple briefings on what the game is about. So mainly this game is gonna be like a gameplay video on it, some voices and some tips and tricks on what the freelancer game is about, and also where my content is going to be heading for the future comers. I hope you all enjoy and find this entertaining. Let's begin. Now, first thing I do want to mention is that the places where you're gonna get that's for freelancer people who already know what freelancer is about. I'm going to go into detail about what freelancer is all about, the core elements, all of that. However, the people who do know about freelancer, I'm going to give you a small tips that you may actually use. If you're looking for stuff that is silenced, you may find a silenced sniper here, silenced AR with some guards, and a silenced pistol and silenced SMG. You may also find silenced guns in the last resort, which is the Haven Island. And also you may find pistols as well as an assault rifle in Wellington Creek. And if there is sometimes, like, I don't really remember mainly, but I do believe that there is not Hawkeye's Bay, but if there is Hawkeye's Blade, which is New Zealand, you may also find a silenced gun in there, as well as a tanto, which is like a sword or a katana, I guess. Yeah, with that said, I think it's time we go into detail all about what Hitman really is currently about, or my content is going to be hidden. So without further ado, let's get started, baby. Alright, so without further ado, let's begin. I do want to discuss the main core elements of the Hitman series, as well as the main core elements of the freelancer. Basically, in Hitman, it follows up a story of Agent 47 and Burnwood and the Shadow Client. You'll be very intrigued by the story, and I do highly suggest you play the levels because they are really, really good, and they're very, very, very good. However, Freelancer is more of the core elements of Hitman, but on steroids, pretty much. How do I describe it? So, the core element of Hitman is the normal Hitman game, is to go kill your target, get out of life. A simple concept, very simple concept. In Freelancer, however, you started with absolutely nothing in a warehouse, and you're supposed to kill a target. And once you do kill a target, you get a type of currency called mercs that we will discuss later on. But once you do kill the target, you're supposed to get out alive, and you're supposed to leave no traces, or else this specific location that you went to will become on high alerts, and once it's high alerts, it's very bad, game over. So what I mean by they're put on steroids, I mean that one wrong move can lead to the end of everything and anything that you've currently established. Well, I mean everything and anything, I mean everything and anything. Another good way of describing this is really just playing the normal Hitman series, but with no saves. Like playing the Hitman series all on professional difficulty. If anyone of you pros actually know this, professional difficulty is quite the hardest because you get only one save slot. But in like freelancers, there's no save slots really. But in the normal series, if you play on professional, there's like no save slots, like just one save slot really, and you're supposed to kill your targets with so much precision. And you also take tons of more damage in the professional than in the normal, difficulty. And really, altogether, just going in loud is not a good option really, not even an option at all. If you think about it, you have to be stealthy. Be stealthy or be dead. That's my motto, I guess. I do have a confession to make regarding this, though, is that I don't currently have the Hitman game, Hitman 3. I do have Hitman 1 and 2, but I don't have Hitman 3, so I don't have actually Freelancer. but I am planning of getting the game in the future, and well, seeing how it is, I will be discussing and telling you more tips and tricks regarding this. Now, what I do want to get into detail though is the currency of the game. So the currency of the game is known as mercs, and mercs are gonna be like genuine money. Think of it like this. So what mercs genuinely is well, basically it is money that you get after completing each contract. There's like different contracts in freelancer. It's only in freelancer, not in the normal Hitman games, so don't be surprised. But as I was saying, mercs are gonna be very important. The reason why is because mercs allow you to buy stuff from vendors. Now you may be wondering, how do I get mercs, and what else is like useful? To get mercs, you're supposed to do missions, or you can invest. However, investing is going to give you a very small amount of mercs, and you may also lose mercs while investing. But doing missions is mainly the main probabilities, and doing missions are pretty much just killing contracts or doing contracts. If you also look at your top left corner, it will tell you to do something known as optional objectives, and if you do these, you will get extra cash. Now, some missions require you to get tools, and these tools, I'll tell you, are not easy to get. Trust me, I've tried really. Especially what I'm trying to explain to you here is that basically you can't always get everything that you're hoping for unless you improvise. For instance, what I'm holding right now currently is a silver baller, and the silver baller are one of the more rare pistols in the game. See these? The locations I told you in the beginning of the video, if you were paying attention, are also locations of some weaponry that you will use in the future. Currently, and another thing I do want to mention just before we continue the guns category is patience, because all of the games really, freelancer and the normal Hitman series, requires you to have perfect patience and perfect accuracy. Take your time, plan your things, look genuinely on what your target is doing at every moment of the day. Because you may find a loophole and you may actually find a way to kill him. Just like I'm doing right here. I'm actually waiting for the target because this is a good location. I invested myself. I will wait for the target here, and she will come to this bridge. And using my ICA, I will kill her from a very far distance, as you can see. I think, yeah, see? Just give it a sec. So, patience and strategicness is going to be very useful because, as you know, Hitman is a strategic action game, and without really strategy, you're basically going in and you're going to get yourself killed. Okay, now that's out of the way. Let's continue back to the weapons. First off, when I said mercs, how you lose them? When you kill people, you lose mercs. Because it's something called cleanup cost. When you die in missions, you lose half of your mercs, which is a very hefty price to pay. And when you buy stuff, you also lose mercs. I mean, it's basically you're just buying. And when you invest, there's a 50% chance you also may lose mercs. Now that that's out of the way, back to the weapons. All weapons come from mainly vendors, or you can find them in the normal world, and each of them have their own uses, whether to distract someone or to just plainly kill them. Like the fabricated wire, the tanto, the assault rifles. Some missions on the top left corners I'm talking to you about right now, they are going to require you to get specific guns and kill your targets with specific guns. And I told you a very good locations on where to get most of the mission types of deals, which is mainly the sniper rifle, the assault rifles, and the SMGs. I also told you locations on where to get pistols, and the reason why I discuss pistols is because pistols are going to be like a very big life part because they're hidden and they can go for long ranges. And some pistols can even rapid fire, which is going to be very, very useful. Now, the reason why I highly suggest you to take the covert is because it's suppressed, and stealth is really good option whenever you're entering. Of course, that's your decision. You can change it depending on how you do it. If you want to go in loud and clear, going on the clear. But like I said in the beginning of the video, you will be the place that you're doing is on high alert. The final thing I do want to mention, however, is basically just actually the location of where you're doing your contract. For instance, the location I'm in right now is Hokkaido, Japan, and it is known to be very crowded. However, there are tons of walls and hiding places, so it makes up for it. But locations such as, let's say, Morocco, or let's say Mumbai, India, have tons of NPCs and very little coverage. So you can't really do your planning as much, but it is manageable. But I highly wouldn't suggest you to go to Mumbai, India, because mainly it's going to be very hard for you to take care of your contracts. Morocco, I'd highly suggest you go there if you are properly equipped and you know mainly about the levels. And one more thing I do want to mention to you is before you actually play Freelancer, I highly suggest you go with the Hitman series first, because I want you to get a good idea on what the game is mainly about, the core elements, all of that. I want you to play like 2 or 3 missions on master level, professional level, or whatever you call it. Play it, and I want you to learn from it, because learning from your contracts will actually help you to develop a sense of where to go, how to go, which places I'm looking for, all of that. That's how I pretty much developed everything without even getting the game itself. So now that that's all out of the way, I just want to say that I'm going to do a very major turn in my YouTube channel. I am going to be posting random content as usual. However, there is going to be more common and new games that are involved in my content, such as the recent Hitman 3, which is not as recent as you think, but the new mode is. So I'm going to be proposing more Hitman 3 freelancer content, and probably more ghost runners, because I've heard that that's getting quite popular nowadays. And yeah, I will be shrouding this channel with tons of content, and I will make sure that it will potentially be a good channel. So now that I hope this video really was very helpful to you, and as well as entertaining, and I hope you will be staying in the channel to look out for more content regarding this Hitman series very, very soon. And now that's all out of the way. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Peace.